Hey, ONA Youth, my name is Marissa, and I'm one of the San Dimas campus youth pastors here at ONE&ALL, and I'm so excited to be here with you today. We are kicking off a brand new series this month of May, and it's called New Era. Somebody say New Era. This series is all about change, transition, and how we face those big, sometimes scary shifts in life. And let's be honest, change, it's hard sometimes, right? But it can also be super exciting, and it also can be kind of terrifying. And so in the month of May, some of you are moving up to high school, some of you are graduating, and some of you are just trying to figure out life. And then honestly, it probably feels like a lot. And that's why this month we're looking at one of the biggest transition moments in the entire Bible. Yep, that's right. It's called the Babylonian exile. And in the Old Testament, the Israelites, God's people, were taken from their home in Jerusalem and forced to live in Babylon. This event was so big in the lives of the Israelites, whole books are dedicated to it. Babylon was a huge shift in the lives of Israel. Totally different culture, which meant new rules, foreign gods, a place that felt like absolutely nothing like their home. And they didn't just move their entire world, it actually got turned upside down. And maybe that sounds kind of familiar to you. You're like, yeah, I'm in that season, I feel that. See, maybe it's not in a literal Babylon way, but in that life won't ever be the same kind of way. Like going from middle school to high school, or leaving behind old friends, or even graduating from high school and maybe even moving across the country. The Israelites had to figure out what to do when everything changed, and the way they responded can teach us something about navigating life's new seasons. And so today I want to hit you with this first point. If you're taking notes, pull out your journal, pull out your phone. But here's point one. It's hard to leave things behind. Some parts of the Bible are just dedicated to mourning. Yeah, you're like, what? I didn't know that. Well, there's one called Lamentations, and it means deep sorrow or grief. And here's a passage from Lamentations 5. It says this: elders have left the city gate. Young people stop their music. Joy has left our heart. Our dancing has changed into lamentation. The crown has fallen off our head. We are doomed because we have sinned. Because of all this, our heart is sick. Do you feel that? This raw emotion, the real pain in this text. And here's what we learned from it. It's okay to be sad when things end. It's okay to grieve what you're leaving behind. Don't rush past that. God doesn't rush past that. See, God isn't like, get over it, move on. He actually meets you in it right where you're at. He mourns with you. We even see in the New Testament that Jesus mourned, that Jesus wept, that Jesus was sad and felt all these emotions. And you can be excited to know about the future too. Jesus was excited about things, and we are still going to be excited about what's to come, but we can also feel sad about what we're leaving behind. Both of these things can be true. But leaving is necessary, and that's point two today. Yes, it's okay to mourn, but you also can't stay where you are. Sometimes you have to move forward, even if it's uncomfortable. Moving forward to a new school, moving forward to the next grade, moving forward in life. God's created you for a time such as this. And let's look at 1 Corinthians 13:11. It says, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child. But when I became an adult, I put an end to childish ways. And Isaiah 43:19, for I am about to do something new. See, I have already begun. Do you not see it? Transition is a part of growth, and you can't step into what's next if you're still clinging on what used to be. Now, before the Babylonian exile, the Israelites weren't exactly getting it right either. They were worshiping false gods. They were mistreating the poor. They ignored God's commands. Lamentations even says it was because of Israel's prophets' sins, her priests' iniquities, those who shed righteous blood. Sometimes we have to leave old ways behind because we need a course correction. God has something better. Or life just changes and we don't get a choice, but we know that God is with us every step of the way. And either way, hear this: leaving is part of living. Come on, that's good. And leaving opens the door to something new, which leads us to our next point and our transition to point 3. Transitions create opportunity. There's a prophet named Ezekiel. He writes during the exile while he's literally in Babylon, and he sees a vision of God. Not in the temple, but in Babylon where he is. And in this vision, God is sitting on a throne with wheels. And you're like, what? Why wheels? Like, why are you bringing that up? Well, it's because of this. Because up until this point, the world thought of God as stuck in Israel. Like he only operated in Jerusalem. But now they can see God is mobile, God is everywhere, and God shows up in Babylon. That's huge. The exile, that painful transition, actually expanded the world's view of God. It helped them see a side of him they had never seen before. They would have never seen this otherwise as well. So let me ask you this. How might this new season in your life be an opportunity to see God differently? How might you see life differently? Let me remind you of these 3 things before we go. It's okay to mourn things you're leaving behind. Sometimes it's necessary to leave in order to grow, to leave a school, to leave a friend group, to leave a situation. And when you leave, you create space for something new, something better, and for God to work in that space. So let me leave you with God's words to his people during the exile. Words that still speak to us today. Jeremiah 29:11, for I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. A new season, a new place, the same God. He is not going anywhere. So as you head to groups, be reminded of this and be encouraged.